Hi, I'm Nils Frommhold from Germany, 28 of age, and I'm here to compete Ironman Melbourne on Sunday. Yeah, I'm looking forward to race one of the best competitive fields in the world, and yeah, for me it's a special thing to be in Australia for one of the biggest events, and of course I'm excited what happened because it's my season opener, and I did a great job in the past. I had a good training block, and now it's time to show what I'm able to do. Of course, there's since Kona there's the match between Tim van Berkel and me. I passed him short before the finish area at Palami Hill, 1k till finish line, and now it's time for a rematch. And I think Tim wants to beat me, and I try my best to push against. Ironman is like yeah, you know what happened next, and it's a special feeling that I feel right now, and it's short before race day, and yeah, in my mind there are some tactics, but in the end everything comes like it's come.
Hello everyone, my name is Steffen. I'm from Switzerland, and I'm back here in Melbourne, Ironman Melbourne, to defend my title. I was racing here 2012, 13, 14, and I'm back 15, so that's my fourth time, and I absolutely love Melbourne. I love the people down here, I like the food. I'm a massive coffee lover, so enough reasons to get back here every single year. The field this year is going to be absolutely amazing, stacked. The women's field, especially with the three-time world champ Mirinda Carfrae, and a lot of really good girls. Mel House Shield 70.3 world champion, and a lot of newcomers as well. So yeah, going to be a hard one, tough one on Sunday. I'm more the swim biker, so gonna try to get a decent lead and stay away from all the good runners. I think the weather is a big challenge as well. You never really know what you get, and it can change pretty quick. So you can start in a freezing cold, you're ending in a massive heat wave, and it's just it's challenging Melbourne. And training been really well the last few months. I only had a little illness a few days. I had a food poisoning 2 weeks away, and I was a bit worried about that stage, but I take it as a forced rest. Maybe it's not too bad to have a decent rest before that race, and I'm feeling good now, and a bit lighter than before the food poisoning, so down to race weight. That's a good point as well. And I just love that race. I love especially the run course, that point-to-point run. I think that's really something to suit me absolutely perfect, and I hope for a massive tailwind home.
Tim van Berkel from East Ballina, Australia, racing Ironman Melbourne on Sunday. The form's pretty good. I've had a solid 6 weeks training, no injuries, no sickness. Feeling really good for the race. You know, coming off my top 10 debut in Kona, and I'm feeling confident, prepared well. I'm really looking forward to Sunday, as the motivation's really good, and just happy to be back racing, and the fitness is good, and you know, it's going to be a tough race out. The competition's really good. You've got Nils Frommhold, who I've had a few battles with over the last few races, and I think he's going to be the man to beat. And there's a few other Euros, Marco Albert. Then you've got the Aussie guys, Pete Robinson, Luke Bell, Brad Carrafel, you know, the list goes on. So I think the course, if it's a nice day, I think it will suit me. Nice, hopefully, fingers crossed for a nice flat base swim. The bike could get a bit windy, headwind out, tailwind back. Previous years I did in 2013, it was a really windy day. And for the run, I think will suit my strengths with a point-to-point run. And the forecast is apparently for a bit of a headwind, blowing northerly headwind on the run, which will suit my strengths. The status of this race is huge. It's the Asia-Pacific Championship, so a big title up for grabs, big money, big points up for grabs, and you know, I'm hungry to get the prize money and the points.
Hi, Mirinda Carfrae here from Australia. I'm in Melbourne getting ready for the Asia-Pacific Ironman Championships this weekend. Looking forward to my first race of the season. I haven't raced really since October, the Ironman World Championships in Kona. So I'm really just starting my preparation for the year. Obviously, Kona's my big goal again this year. It's in October. So I've done my first training block, 5 or 6 weeks. And it went very well, but I'm not in Kona shape by any means yet, but I'm hoping for a decent performance on the weekend. And the women's field here, which I expected, is very strong. We've got Steffen, who's defending champ, won this race 2 times and has the course record, a very fast 8:36. Also Von van Vlerken, multiple Ironman champion, as well as a couple of newcomers that are a bit unknown, Annabel Luxford, Mel Halschild, who's a 70.3 world champion 2 times. Also a couple other girls, Emma Pooley's a ex-professional cyclist who'll be very strong on the bike and the run. So yeah, a mixed bag of very, very good women. And it'll be a tough race out there on Sunday. This is my 2nd time racing in Melbourne, and Melbourne really does turn on for a fantastic event. I've done 11 Ironman races now, are all around the world, and for me it's great to race at home in Melbourne, but Melbourne is the sporting capital of Australia, and they know how to put on a great sporting event. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and enjoying the race on the weekend. There's one true fact, and that's you can't fake an Ironman, so we'll see how we go on Sunday.
Hello, I'm Luke Bell here at the Asia-Pacific Ironman Melbourne on what is the 4th edition of the event. Local boy here in Melbourne, so it's nice to be able to race on home turf. Training up and down this course numerous times, I think I can tell you every pothole, every crack in the road. Looking forward to the event this year. Training's gone quite well. We've had a new addition to the family and a little daughter in Matilda Christmas Eve, so it's extra motivation to get out there race day and give that extra little 10%. So extremely excited on what looks to be spectacular conditions come Sunday. And then the field, it's a P4000 event, one of the largest ranking events outside of the Ironman World Championships in Kona. So it's drawn a stellar field, and you can always count on the European boys to come out and lay down some definitely heavy work on the bike. I think looking at the field, you can't go by Nils Frommhold and probably Tim Berkel, who last year were both top 10, 6th and 7th respectively at the Ironman World Championships. We have Marco Albert from Estonia on the start line, who last year knocked off the unbeatable Cameron Brown at Ironman New Zealand. We've got numerous Ironman champions. We've got Pete Robinson, extra Olympian, Brad Carrafa, who's stepping up to the Ironman distance from the first time, who's Commonwealth Games gold medalist. I'm planning on swimming front pack, keeping the guys in check, and then trying to keep the body in a relatively good condition until we get to around that 30-kilometre mark, or on the course for myself. It's around where I live in Sandringham, and then once we get there, it's a matter of see what petrol you got left in the tank, lay all your cards on the table, and get a sniffer home and go for home.
Hi, I'm Annabel Luxford. I'm here in St Kilda for the Melbourne Ironman. It's a fabulous day, as you can see. Hopefully the weather holds until Sunday. This will be my first Ironman, which I'm filled with a lot of excitement to take on a new challenge, but also a lot of apprehension because, let's face it, it's a really long day. It's fantastic to be lining up against some fantastic women. This field comes with multiple Kona World Champions, 70.3 World Champions, people who've won this event before, so it'll be a smashing day against a smashing field. I'd like to have a strong debut, but I haven't put too many expectations on myself. I am quite an old hand at triathlon and have been doing halves now for about 2 years, but an Ironman is something totally new, so it'll definitely be a surprise really as to what I achieve on Sunday. Doing my first Ironman, I'll be expecting a lot of unknowns, but also expecting that there'll be points in the race where things just don't feel so great. So some of the best advice I've been given from people is to just be patient, be consistent, and not panic. So really just remember that I've done some good work. Essentially it's a triathlon like any other one I've done, it's just a really long one. It is fantastic though to be able to race here in Melbourne, as it's my home city. I've been here now for about 18 months, and the community and the group of people I train with have been really embracing. It's a fabulous city for sport, and the friendships and the spirit that are amongst everyone competing here is just fantastic, and it really uplifts you, and I'm sure it'll kind of push me along on Sunday.
My name's Mark Bolton. I'm a retired AFL player who represented the Essendon Football Club for 10 years. Looking forward to my first Ironman in 2 days' time. I've got no idea what's ahead of me, and no doubt we'll throw up a few surprises during the day. A few people have asked me why I'm doing this. a couple of mates and I were sitting around at the footy club about 15 years ago filling out our player profiles, and I'd seen Kona Ironman the day before on TV and just thought how inspiring that was to see those athletes of all all shapes and sizes, but particularly the pros were just unbelievably talented athletes. So I thought I'd love to do an Ironman one day, and 15 years later here I am. My life after football has taken me into running a not-for-profit which is supported by AFL players past and present and the AFL industry as a whole, that provides support for young people who've experienced homelessness. The organisation's named Ladder. We've been going about 7 years, and as part of my Ironman preparation we've been raising funds for Ladder. We had a goal of raising $10,000 over the journey, and we're nearly there, so looking forward to some donations rolling in the next couple of days. In terms of the race, I really don't know what to expect. I've had some really good coaching and mentoring from Luke Bell, who's been a great support of mine and given me tips about everything from nutrition to training through to race day preparation. Look, I'm not a great swimmer, so I'll just be surviving, I think, on the swim. Don't mind the bike, so I'll be out there, hopefully have a bit of a crack on the bike and then leave enough in the tank to get me home from Frankston to St Kilda in reasonable shape. I've got no idea what time I'm going to do. I've told my wife I've got about an hour and a half, 2 hour bracket for her to be on the line with that little 11-month-old to see me on the finish line, so hopefully she won't be asleep by the time I get there.